Okay guys, so I have this really loud going on, so I'm gonna try and talk as loudly as I can. What we're doing today is this didn't have a lot of storage, and I'm gonna show you the other cupboards as well. So we're actually going to create our own storage, which is really, really exciting. Let me show you what everything else kind of looks like. Sorry, we had pizza. But like, I had this super organized, and it's still slightly organized, but I wanted it a little bit better. Something just a little bit more easy to maintain, something that I can see things with. And then of course, oops, sorry, like in here, we only have two. And so I kind of wanted to just add an extra one that we can just kind of maneuver these up, and then I can have like an extra thing of storage. Because I just feel that there are things like back here that I just can't reach, and that's just such a waste. So I'm excited to kind of fix this. And then John is also going to create, so I keep seeing on YouTube, on Amazon, like Ziploc bag little holders, because I'm tired of the plastic. It just looks really tacky, and because I'm an organizational freak, he's going to actually make me one that fits perfectly for us and for what we have in here, and that's really exciting. As you can see, like I have this super organized, this one's a little bit messier and I was just using it, but like still super organized, nothing crazy in here. And I really like that it's super organized, so I will show you guys more to come. Okay, go.
So in a typical cabinet, you would have pins put in holes drilled evenly spaced along the edge of the cabinet. Since our cabinets are made out of like basically a 1/4 inch plywood most of the way, there's really not enough material to put pins in for it to hold. So we're gonna just kind of cut legs to sit in the corners and in strategic places to help support the bottom of the cabinet shelf. So
what tools are you using?
Old M12 jigsaw and Ryobi skill saw. Slowly and surely I'm replacing all of my Ryobi stuff with the M12 line. It's a little more pricey though, so we're doing it slowly. But it's definitely smaller tools. I think they're probably better. I just don't have the money or the need to justify the M18 stuff. It's like super expensive. But I've had some of their tools now for like 3.5 years. I've used them pretty extensively, and they seem to hold up well. My dad, who works in the trades, uses almost exclusively M18, and it's good stuff.
Cool.
So we're gonna go ahead and cut these out then, and try to cut them as straight as possible so that we can have our cabinet sit straight.
Sometimes we act like a fool, not aware.
Some people would use a skill saw for this. Personally, I just feel like I can get a more precise cut with the jigsaw because I'm able to get a little bit closer view of it. I can look directly at the kerf of the blade and make a cleaner cut that way, even though a circular or a jigsaw will allow you to make tighter turns. I'm just using it very slowly, but you know, to each their own. That's that. Now we're going to make our last cut, and this piece will be kind of a bridger between the two pieces of the actual shelf. Due to the construction of the cabinet, the opening of the cabinet won't allow me to fit the whole shelf in there, so I have to cut it, fit it in the door, and then set it, and then I'm probably just going to shoot some pin nails in between it and secure it with a lot of Gorilla Glue. So you know, normally, like in your house, your cabinets would be drilled with holes. Like if this were the side of the cabinet, there would be like pegboard holes, like evenly spaced, and you would put pins in there, and then the cabinet would sit, or the shelf would sit on those pins. This cabinet.
Are we referring to something like that?
Yeah, kind of. really built for that, nor do I really have the machinery to perfectly drill holes or the patience to do it by hand. So instead of trying to worry about doing ledger boards even like this in a situation where this cabinet might not be square to the wall or something like that, basically I just cut legs for it that are all about the same length, as close as I could get, you know, without being perfect. And I'm just going to put some strategically placed legs about like this, and then the cabinet is going to sit down on it, and I'm just going to pin nail it into each of the legs. Probably put a dab of Gorilla Glue there, and that'll ensure that nothing moves around. Granted, it should move around anyway. So, yep, we're going to go ahead and start positioning these into the spots where I want them. So this is why I had to build the cabinet in two pieces. Being that the cabinet extends probably close to, you know, 5 inches or so, maybe, yeah, about 5 inches on each side. There's no way I was going to get a full length piece of board in there. So what I had to do is basically come in like this, cut the piece of cabinet to fit ever so slightly, just like that. And then the cabinet will just basically be sitting on these pieces of wood. Since they're evenly spaced or evenly linked, the cabinet should sit nice and flat, you know, even here, even there. Then I'm going to take the other piece of leftover cabinet, or shelf, I mean, place it over there. It's going to sit on legs as well. And then we're going to take wherever it went. There's another piece of board we're going to put Gorilla Glue on and then pin nail in place as well. This piece actually. So this piece will sit in the middle. It's not ideal, but it's pretty much out of view, and it'll just give it something to pivot onto if it needs to. So I'm going to take a minute, get these into position the way they need to be, and then we'll get back as we put the shelf in place. So now I've got some of these tacked into place. I'm going to put a dab of Gorilla Glue in on top of each piece of wood that I'm using as a support, just to help keep the cabinet from moving around. I'm only going to use pin nails because some of this wood I don't want to split with screws. So low Gorilla Glue, there shouldn't be any real upward force on this other than just the movement of the camper while we're going down the road, but never hurts to put some glue on something. So I'm going to go ahead and just dab a little bit of glue right here on each piece. So yeah.
I'll let it.
Here, so there's just our little dab of glue. Doesn't need to be very much because Gorilla Glue does expand. I got a little heavy over there. And again, this step isn't wholly necessary. It's just going to help keep things from shifting and rattling and moving around unwanted. So now we're going to take our cabinet board, bring it in again, and set it into place. So just like that, it's already pretty sturdy. And it will get much more sturdy once we pin nail it in and put something heavy on it so that glue can set. So now I'm going to exchange these pin nails out for my longer pin nails. Yep. And so something you can learn about pin nails and brads is very carefully, if you angle them in at different angles, and I'm exaggerating, but if you angle them in at different angles, it helps keep a stronger grip for the pin nails. Some instances you can't do that because it's kind of cramped in here, but it's always a good thing to try to shoot for.
Anyone curious? The dogs are being absolute troopers. That doesn't look comfortable, man.
Sometimes we try to be cool, not being givers, only takers. Stop for a minute, stop and breathe for a minute. Don't get over your head, try to listen instead, won't you? Think for a minute, who you wanna be for a minute. Don't get over your head, you're like everyone else, aren't you? You could gain from being a bit nicer, knowing to talk.
Alright, so that finishes up the supports for the cabinet and the cabinet install for the shelf. To be continued will be a piece of 1x1 or 1x2 that goes across the front for looks, but also to cap off this piece of plywood, so that way it's got just a little bit of extra stability across this front length. But, you hand me the camera. You'll see in here, nothing fancy, and probably not exactly how a regular cabinet we built in a house. However, from the start, these cabinets are not built like regular cabinets. So, you see in the corner there, I got a little creative, just to make sure that the two pieces of shelf are in a similar elevation to each other, and so that they don't separate from each other when a disproportionate load is applied. All right, so now we're going to put our remaining cabinet shelf in, and I've already cut the piece of wood for the cabinet shelf. It was a little intricate because there's an angle here before it squares up, and a piece of wood from the factory in there for a support. So I had to notch around it with a jigsaw. Not really a whole lot I can tell you about how to do that other than just use some geometry skills. So now we're going to go ahead and put the same support system in for the cabinet shelf, and then once we get these in, then we'll put the shelf in and call it a day.
Guys, look at this job. This is amazing. Get yourself a handy husband. So good. I can't wait to organize it and make it look super functional. Okay, so I quickly just wanted to update everyone. So I did put this in here. I think I am going to keep it instead of us just building another shelf. I did just get this really cheap at Walmart. I'm then going to put, we're changing that up. Gonna kind of put, I think, this back in the corner. And then I'll show you guys an update of that. And then I'm also going to show you what John is currently working on outside. Okay, so this is roughly what I was thinking of. So I originally have these hidden in the back in this deep thing, this bad boy. Perfect. So we originally had it like hidden back here. Also, John got this light. It's amazing. And I just like was so annoyed because things just would be cluttered in here, and we are gonna add an additional shelf. I want to kind of do like a baking section, and then just kind of be able to have seasonings and stuff all in their own. Ideally, I would like to get another one of these, to be honest, and eventually maybe like put it here and put all these on it. I kind of want to do that, but in the meantime, this is what it looks like. So beautiful and organized, and just a lot more breathing room, and I can see everything. And I'm gonna go take you outside so we can see what John's doing. Okay, so this is what John has been currently working on. I am obsessed. It looks so good, babe. He's just basically making it very custom where what we have, which is also really, really important, guys, if you're gonna plan on moving into something like this. I've seen a lot of videos, and I'm not ratting out people saying what they've done is wrong. People who do this with families have a lot more stuff than we do. Thankfully, we don't have to have a lot of stuff, but we wanted to make sure that this was so organized, and with life kind of happening when we first moved into it, we just didn't have the ability to be able to do this. And now we kind of have, not necessarily the time, but the time, I guess, with after hurricane life and everything. Hold on, he's just gonna. So we wanted to make sure that everything has a place, and this also prevents us from buying unwanted, unneeded, unnecessary stuff.
Looking at you, babe.
Yeah. Well, lucky for me, I'm not a weird kitchen person. Just clothes and shoes. Which, to be fair, I could get rid of again. I could definitely do. I'm probably going to do another clear out for that, and I'll definitely videotape everyone. Don't worry, showing you the organizational aspect of that too. But I really only need 2 pans, a small one or a big one. The big one, I just do mostly everything. And then we don't need a lot of sheet pans because it's not like I have 6 ovens. I never had 6 ovens to begin with. But
If you're gonna move to Florida, just know that there's sand gnats everywhere. Suck.
yeah, don't move to Florida, guys. We're moving away.
No, move to Florida. Just don't move to Montana.
Well, they can move when, oh, I guess, yeah. Anyway,
As we get ready to move.
as we get ready to move.
People in Montana are like, stop moving to Montana. We're
Yeah, we're like, hey, we're coming.
We're one of the good ones.
Um,
We're not trying to make it move.
we don't want to, we obviously moving away from city life because it's not for us. But yeah, so this just creates a different kind of organization. It forces you to have only what you need because it fits specifically what we have now. And honestly, I don't need anything more than we've got. I'm not a big baker. Gasp. What kind of woman am I?
Terrible.
Well, we're trying not to eat baked goods, people. It's not good for you. A lot of starch, a lot of fats, a lot of butters, a lot of sugar. Unnecessary. And if we're gonna bake anything, we're gonna have ice cream and cookies. So, or brownies. And that's what this is for. So yes, I just wanted to show you what he was doing so you guys can see the second.
What I'm doing is getting freaking destroyed by these sand gnats.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting them. But yeah, so that was a 2-minute explanation of nothing, really. Hello guys, I just wanted to do an update on the renovations that we did. I realized I never finished the video, so let's take a look at what everything that we were able to complete. We did not get to finish the long cupboard, so that's still hanging out there. We've been a little busy, so we just haven't been able to finish that, but I'll show you everything else. So, come with me. Okay, so as you can see, we have all of this now completely done and organized. Very exciting. Love it. It's beautiful. The only thing that bothers me is that it just gets stuck here, but it's truly not the end of the world. Other than that, we're gonna come up here and ta-da! No different, really, just more organized. I put my chopping boards here. It looks fine. This is not meant to be like that or open. And then, let me tell you, sorry, I have to stay on a stool because I'm way too short to reach anything. And then this is what this cupboard looks like. So we have all of our supplements here because we're into fitness. So like my BCAAs, creatine, and pre-workout. Then we've got our cups, coffee mugs, and all of that. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for, hold on, I'm gonna turn it back to me. Thank you guys for watching, and if you guys liked this kind of content, because I feel like as much as I looked, I couldn't find a lot of organizational content, just kind of like, this is what we did to organize. And as great as that is, I just feel I like that kind of stuff as a woman moving into a small space. Like, how do people do it? How do people fit all their stuff in? So thank you guys for watching. I hope this suited you guys well for some kitchen organizational content. We're still working on it. It is a work in progress. As I get used to kind of living in here, it's been about June, July, August, September, October. So it's almost been like 5 months that we've lived in here, so I'm still kind of getting the ropes of it all. So if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment in the description, in the comments below. And we also have an Instagram page that I'm still focusing on getting content up. But if you guys want to be able to keep up with us real time, definitely go follow it. It's the same Millennial Dreamers. You'll see us with the same photo. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us out so that we can get more of our content out there. I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next video.